The pharmaceutical companies would like you to go that direction. This is a chronic disease. We're just going to go ahead and treat it for a lifetime, like you would, for example, high blood pressure or whatever. But I think people should begin with the end in mind for a variety of reasons because of the negative effects of these medications, and they do have some negative effects, and the cost considerations of these medications that you need to begin with the end in mind. And the end in mind is, preferably use for months, not years, and use at lower doses. So I use the medications in two instances usually. The primary instance I use them in is when people have come in and they've done everything I've asked them to do, like we have just talked about, and they hit a stall. And this is usually, middle-aged and older women because of the hormonal issues. And then we look at dipping our toe in the water of utilizing these medications prudently. We'll talk about exactly what that looks like in terms of dosages, et cetera. And then I do, and maybe I've had more angst about this, but then I also see people that come hell or high water, they're going to use these medications no matter what. They're seeking somebody to prescribe these medications. And I'd rather have them in my universe, my type of program, than going to the internet and doing a 15-minute visit and being prescribed medicine for the next 6 months without any associated plan to get off the medications or to address their metabolic health issues. So those are the two instances which I have a tendency to use them in. But again, we begin with the end in mind at lower doses and with a plan for limited periods of use.
I like that because otherwise yeah, like you said, they're supposed to be utilized or how they're prescribed is lifelong. And number one, people get sick of not wanting to eat and not having fun with a lot of times if they're nauseous or not feeling well and they're having a lot of side effects. And number two, the insurance coverage. And maybe even if you've had insurance coverage for 6 months or a year, at any given moment that can be pulled out from underneath you. And now you're looking at $1,000 plus for the medications. Because I agree. I'm not like completely pro or completely against. I think that they have their place and it's highly variable from person to person. And I do believe you should exhaust your lifestyle tools first and really give it that a go. But there does come a time where they are very helpful for a certain population.